Welcome back to 3DS Stop. With the Nintendo Switch 2 on the horizon, there's one question that actually matters. Which legendary 3DS games need to make the jump to this so-called next-gen console? Because let's be honest, if Nintendo isn't bringing back some of the greatest handheld titles ever made, then what's the point? Today, we're going over the absolute must-have 3DS games that deserve a second chance on the Switch 2. And if they don't show up, well, I guess we'll all just keep playing them the right way, on the actual greatest handheld of all time. Let's get into it. First up, we have the absolute definition of a game that deserves a second life, Kid Icarus Uprising. This game was way ahead of its time, with fast-paced aerial combat, an insanely fun and hilarious story, and some of the best music Nintendo has ever produced. The only thing holding it back? The 3DS controls, which basically required you to be a contortionist to play comfortably. A remaster on the Switch 2 with proper dual-stick controls? That's an instant masterpiece. But if Nintendo dares to leave this one behind, don't worry, I'll still be out here playing it the way it was meant to be played, while enjoying a plate of delicious pancakes. The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. We're talking about one of the best Zelda games ever made, and I will die on this hill. A Link Between Worlds took the classic A Link to the Past formula and somehow made it even better, with non-linear dungeons, creative mechanics, and that insanely satisfying wall-merging ability. And yet, where is it now? Nowhere. Stuck on the 3DS, while Nintendo re-releases every other Zelda game except this one. If the Switch 2 doesn't bring it back, I might just have to assume Nintendo forgot what a good Zelda game looks like. I mean, come on, this is like leaving behind a plate of delicious pancakes just to eat dry toast. Unacceptable. Tomodachi Life. Nintendo knows they're sitting on a gold mine with this one. Tomodachi Life was pure chaotic brilliance, a life sim where your Miis could fall in love, start drama, and sing auto-tuned songs about spaghetti. And yet, here we are, still waiting for a follow-up, while Nintendo keeps pushing Miis further into irrelevance. If the Switch 2 doesn't get a Tomodachi Life remaster, or at least a sequel, I'll take that as a personal attack. Because let's be real, the world needs more weird Mii shenanigans. This game was delicious pancakes in video game form, wholesome, comforting, and always a good time. Bring it back, Nintendo. Fire Emblem Awakening. This is the game that saved Fire Emblem. Awakening took the series from near death to one of Nintendo's biggest franchises, and yet, no remake? No remaster? Just left behind on the 3DS while every other Fire Emblem gets ported, remade, or milked for all it's worth? The Switch 2 needs this game. It was the perfect blend of strategy, story, and fan-favorite characters. And if Nintendo's really going to ignore it, I guess I'll just keep playing my original copy while eating a big plate of delicious pancakes, because unlike Nintendo, I appreciate the finer things in life. Before Octopath Traveler, before Triangle Strategy, there was Bravely Default, a turn-based RPG that somehow managed to feel both classic and revolutionary. It took old-school Final Fantasy mechanics, cranked them up to 100, and delivered one of the best RPG experiences on the 3DS. Sure, we got sequels, but nothing quite hits like the original. The Switch 2 needs a full HD remaster of Bravely Default because honestly, RPG fans deserve it. Plus, nothing pairs better with deep strategic combat than a plate of delicious pancakes. That's just a fact. Honorable mentions. There are so many other 3DS games that deserve a second chance, so here's a rapid-fire list of more bangers that need to be on the Switch 2. Pokémon Texan Y, a full-on HD remake would go crazy. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. Don't just port it, give it a full remaster. Fantasy Life, cozy RPG perfection, but make it bigger. Mario and Luigi Dream Team, the best-looking Mario RPG on 3DS. Don't let it die. Final thoughts. Nintendo, don't mess this up. The Switch 2 is cool and all, but if Nintendo really wants to impress us, they better start looking at the real best handheld ever, the 3DS. These games aren't just good, they're essential. And if they don't get a second chance, that's just a crime against gaming. So what 3DS games do you want to see on the Switch 2? Let me know in the comments. And if Nintendo doesn't deliver, don't worry. We'll always have our 3DS and a fresh plate of delicious pancakes. See you next time on 3DS Stop.